Hey, have you been linking the book when you mention it?
Hold on.
How's my audio? Is my audio working? God, it feels I always it's not working. It feels so good to be back home. Oh yeah, here we go. Oh yeah, my roadcaster, my roadcaster plugged in. Okay, how's that?
So bad.
How about
Oh,
now?
there it goes. There it goes.
Now?
Yeah, there you go. Got it.
Ken, what's up, dude? How you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Hey, you know what was crazy this morning on your show? The greatest CrossFit podcast ever. That's what you should call it.
Thanks. That's really nice.
It was amazing. It was so
Oh, I'm getting an echo.
now I wonder from me.
Yeah. No.
I wonder if I'll try something else. I wonder if other people felt like how I felt because I was like on a long drive.
Mm-hmm.
How's that better?
It happened when I talked. Yeah, it's good now.
I was on a long drive, down from Ashland, Oregon.
Yeah.
And I was like, God, I hope this is like a 4-hour show. God, I hope this is a 4-hour show.
Yeah, I was having a good time with that. I almost ended it, and then I was just enjoying myself, so I kept going for like another 30 minutes.
Andrew, Big Daddy, and Steve-O. Steve-O if he didn't do meth.
Or shitload of whippets.
Sousa's best show ever. God, it was so good. Man, so many tidbits. This is like a DBE dating shows. We were going to do the weekend review. No weekend review. What's up with the new title? The video's not up. I thought it would be up by now. We kept pushing it 5 minutes. I thought it would be up, but it's not. So I don't know what's going on. I'm assuming Dave's having some sort of technical problems. I text him, but I don't know what's going on. I'm because he's pretty I was looking at the locker room chat.
Oh, let me see.
He's pretty he's pretty ADD about that shit. OCD. Hey, I was thinking about Brian today. About that post he made.
Yeah.
And just kind of just I don't know. I was thinking about talking about it, and then I had this second thought of like, I don't know how much like one man can take.
I just looked it up right now. And go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was just gonna say Rich's comment on that post we're talking about has 1,009 likes. And the post itself has 355 likes.
Wow.
I think that qualifies as a dislike button for this post.
Wow. It's 800 differential. Is that 159 to 1,009 or something? Is that
what 355 to Topo Chico. Nice. Some of those in the fridge right now too. 1,000 to 355.
He's asking for it. I know. I was consulting with someone, and I mean there were too many squats. In a certain perspective, you know what I mean? There were a shitload of squats, but and I'm sure someone will break down the programming. I'm sure Shut Up and Scribble will break it down or did, or Get With the Programming will or did. I think Get With the Programming did a show. Yeah, there was a shitload of squats. I text Colton. I said, "How's your ass and quads?" He said, "Fine." I said, "I can't believe they're not fucking broken." And the squat masters fucking, Hiller knew Colton before Colton was Colton, and he referred to him as the squat man. He referred to Colton like everyone knew. So I mean, you could say, yeah, it was squat biased. I mean, you could, but the I guess the point is that it seems like Brian is doing that because he's defending his realm because they pay him or whatever his affiliation is with the big W. But I just wonder just how much one man can take. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Like I don't.
Hey, you know what sucks is when you move from somebody who you're like, whatever, we're kind of worn with them and they could take it, to like now you just feel bad.
Kinda
That's not
like
good
yeah,
for
yeah, do
them.
you know what I mean? Like, Wool did you see Wooly made some just I cannot I don't know, I do not know what's wrong with him, but he made some crazy posts this weekend again. I don't know who I don't know if he's just, like, unconscious and doesn't know what he's doing, if he's trapped in his head, or I I don't know, but I also think that about him, it's like, "Hey, how much can one dude take?" You know, he already
Yeah.
threatened to sue, and it's like and then realized he can't sue, and you know what I mean? It's just like I don't wanna,
Yep.
I wanna have fun, but I don't wanna, like, hurt anybody.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think once they lose firepower, it's probably time to move on, huh? I don't think he's got any firepower anymore. I mean,
Yeah.
Rich just stuffed him in the dirt, dude. That's
With
gotta
with
hurt.
with the same my name. Hey, do you think that Rich I was thinking also, I was kinda thinking, "Oh, I wish Rich wouldn't have even given him any attention." Like, Brian probably liked that.
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
mean, I think
I like it when Rich posts on my account or just to, you know.
yeah, must be nice. Haven't experienced that yet, but, I think I think,
I didn't even know Rich knew I had an account.
dude, I think it's just relevance, right? Like, everybody else was pushing back against the whatever, the WTF and the big W, and, that was it. He just thinks that he was gonna be pushed back, a defender. I mean, we all know, Brian likes to play the white knight when he can.
Yeah.
And, I think that it was a swing and a miss. I think he thought that that would maybe go over better, or more people from the WTF would jump in with 3 emojis to support him, and then realize they ain't on contract for your shit, bro. And,
Yeah, yeah,
they didn't
yeah.
wanna step in that. Once Rich came in and gave, daddy slapped him down a little bit, everybody else fell in line. I mean, I know you didn't wanna start, like, nitpicking too much into this, but, like,
Yeah.
I was just scrolling through these comments, and there's a lot of big names in here that are just clearly, if Rich made a choosing of the sides with the CrossFit of sales stuff going down in this WPF by saying he's aligning with CrossFit, and Brian made the side saying he's aligning with the WPF, like it was drawn, the line was drawn in the sand, and I think way more people jumped on the side with Rich.
You know what I think? I was thinking about, I was thinking about Brian, today about how he sat on the fence for so long that people have just kind of like, pushed him off to the side he's on, and I was wondering that about Heber and Mars recently too, because 'cause they've sat on the fence so long, and I wonder where they were at, I think I saw Mars in some videos at Mayhem. Did you interact
Mhm.
with them?
Just Heber briefly, as I was saying, bye to Dave and a couple of other people leaving. I just, said what's up and kind of some niceties.
I wonder if that's gonna happen to them too. Like, at some point, they didn't do the Open this year. I wonder if
Right.
at some point if they're gonna get, like, pushed off onto one side too. But, like, no one's gonna let you ride the fence forever.
No, and I think that happened. I
You do
think,
think that happened?
yeah, so Chris mentioned this here, and that made me kinda think of it. So Chris said, "How did Heber and Mars get floor access?" I don't remember seeing them having much floor access out after the first event. Jonathan was there too, and might have a perspective on it as well, but I don't know. I think they came in, and because when they roll into any of these events, it's like they own the place, right? Like half the time they may not have even the wristband, and they go everywhere, and even the employee only door, they're able to walk through it and everything else. And so that was definitely the vibe that I was feeling when they first got there. And then it didn't seem as much after that first event. So I don't know if I just missed them out there on the floor anymore, or if they were told like, hey, stand down a little bit and kind of get to your spots. Which is crazy. I mean, they should have great access, right? Because they put QR codes to the open in their show, really supported the community, did a bunch of stuff around it, filmed their videos and posted it, donated money to charities.
Who?
The Buttery Bros.
Oh. You're being facetious.
Absolutely. They didn't do shit.
Right.
And they still want all the same privileges of supported, like supporting the community allows, right? Like it's a give and a take thing. And I think they've distracted for too long and people are kind of waking up to it.
Wow. Kim Walters, sarcasm. Yeah, thank you. Because I was like, "Whoa." Um, I'm surprised Brian didn't give some data like, "Hey, um,
I mean,
you
he
you
did.
usually there's only like in the CrossFit Games, there were only 200 squats one year, in it's 13 events, and here there's, 800 squats and it's only 5 events." Like, he didn't do that data, did he?
No, there was no comparison,
That's
but
what I
there was
mean. Like, that would
yeah.
have added some validity to the post.
and a lot more context. Like if he was like, "Hey guys, normally it's at an 8 out of a 10 on squats, and at Rich's it was an 11 out of 10 based off of the last competitions we've seen at semifinal levels and his competition at Mayhem Classic." Then you would
Yeah,
have known like a comparison, right?
right. I feel like I've gotten softer in the last week. I don't know what happened. My heart has been softened.
It's not a bad thing.
No, 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 not at all. Jenny, I saw Mars a lot on the floor on day 2, but not Heber as much. Yeah, I mean, people are only gonna let you sit on the fence for so long. Um, when shit hits the fan.
Mhm.
So I was wondering that about them. But it's interesting. It's like, he didn't say Rich's name, he didn't say Angelo's name, he knows they did the programming, like, he coulda like, I'm assuming Rich said, "Hey, man, what the fuck is Rich doing, and Angelo doing?" The games had, 13 events, it was a great test of fitness, and there were 320 squats, and they had 412 squats, and it's like,
Half
this
the
is squatting
events and
biased, and
yeah.
fuck you, Hiller, or whoever for saying or, Chase and Bill, or whoever said, it's fucking ridiculous, or Taylor, fuck you, Taylor, for, um going after semifinals and then sucking Rich's dick. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
something like that, like, "Oh, okay."
Mhm.
Instead, it's more that it's them ambiguity, I guess.
Right.
It's passive aggressive, I guess.
Yeah, so and let me ask you this, right? So let's say you're starting like a new job. Let's use this context and like would you rather have the person who says some shit to you and you're like, "Damn, that was kind of like, wow, I didn't really see that coming, but you know what? At least I know where they stand and like I respect them for having
Yeah,
conviction in
yeah.
what they believe."
There's
As
tons
a
of people I don't like that I respect.
as opposed to the type of people that are like
Yeah,
in the king's court where they're all smiling and everything else, but they have the big knife as they're hugging you. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Just
That
they'll give
that
it to you at
that
any point in time.
that was the advice I was given to Scott, and since then, some people have shared some other context with me, so maybe I was too harsh on Scott, and I love Scott Vandersloot, but, I guess Taylor said, "Hey, can I go on in the warm-up area?" And Scott said, "No, if I let you on, I have to let everyone on." And, like,
Right.
I don't respect. I hate you for that. I hate you and I disrespect you for that. How about just like, "Fuck no, dude, there's not enough room," or, "No, dude, you don't get that access." But that when you say no, because then I have to let everyone, that's the kind of dumb shit HQ says to me or says to someone. And basically, that's the same as like someone calls you and says, "Hey, let's go out with the boys to dinner tonight or to the bar." And you go, "I can't. My wife won't let me." Like, you are a fucking pussy. You are a pussy. I mean, and you work with people like that. You know what I mean? Like, there'll be a work meeting, you're like, "Oh, I have to go to my kid's birthday party." It's like, "No, dude, you don't have to. You made that choice. Just say like what you like, I don't respect you when you displace that, um just say, "No, I'm going out with," I mean, I like when you invited me to your wedding. "No, dude, I don't do weddings."
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And that may have pissed you off, but you don't disrespect me for that. I'm not like making up lies like, "Oh no, dude, I have to stay home with my kids."
Yeah, we're trying to
Y
soften the uncomfortability of the
Yeah,
rejection, and that's
yeah,
all it is. We all just want to like, everybody
and I
wants to avoid conflict, like, let's be honest, right?
yeah, and I don't know, I would have done the same. I don't know how old Scott is. I would have said the same thing at 30 also. I'm 52 now, and I've learned that's how Dave got my respect, because he never it was never dumb shit like that. It was just like, "No, yes, yes, no," like, and then if the reason, I got the real reason.
Yeah, but the thing is like, that's very rare. In the community that Dave came from with his previous job to then when he got and honestly too, that's kind of like that old show, The Odd Couple. Like, I could see the 2 of you guys just like this the whole entire time during the
Yeah,
first
yeah.
your first couple years. But that's, I think, what happened.
Hey,
But
Ortega, but then you say that. You say when your friends invite you out, you say, "No, I'm getting the good pussy tonight." You don't say, "My wife won't fucking let me. My girlfriend won't let me."
yeah.
You're a fucking you're a fish at that point.
Yeah. I mean, he said it in that comment. He's like, "Fuck it, I'll be pussy whipped. It's got that good one."
Yeah, yeah. You just say, "Hey, I got the good pussy. Sorry, I'm not doing it."
Yeah, that's funny.
No. I'm telling you, no one respect, even people who don't know it. They don't respect you for it. They were the fucking baddest fucking dudes who worked at fucking CrossFit,
Mhm.
SEALs and shit, and they would fucking do that. "Oh, my wife won't let me." Like, God.
Seals would do that?
Oh my god, dude.
Oh, no, that's kind of well,
Oh my god,
hey, you
dude.
know how we always say the
It was
difference be
pathetic. And hey, and none of those dudes are still married.
interestingly enough.
Yeah, their wives your wife don't respect you either.
The, um, the, what was I say? The community, like, what or no. So when I was talking about the field of athletes with JR, and it's like they're all 20 of them at Mayhem were just like elite, right? But that differentiator between the tip of the spear, the Coltons and the Austin Hatfields versus that bottom 5 is
Yeah.
that margin's wide. And I imagine that part of the leap that you make from being SEAL team to DevGru and SEAL Team 6
Yeah.
is that wide of a gap. And I would imagine that in that integrity component and being able to clearly communicate what you need done and why is a large part of that separation. Because like if you look at the SEALs,
At least one of the dudes I can think of now was also Dev Grew.
no way. You just fucked my whole theory.
No, sorry.
Damn. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I digress.
Yeah.
I digress.
No, but I
Fucking
get it.
pussies. No,
I get it. Hey, it was I didn't learn how to say no till I was 40.
yeah, I still
Eh,
struggle with it all the time.
Yeah, and I didn't master it until I was like probably 47, 48.
This is gonna
Making
side.
people happy is a good trait, you know? And I was
Well,
good at that.
well, and it's well, I don't even know if it's for the other people. Is it for them or is it for you?
Well,
Because when I lie,
it's for you to get avoid the
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. When I do it and someone says something like I'm just like, oh, sorry, I can't make it because of whatever. Like I'm avoiding that uncomfortability for me, not
yeah.
really like for them. Did you happen to listen to the Dylan Larson podcast on Coffee Pods and Wads? He's the co-owner of High Ground Beef Chips.
No. Oh, is that who that was?
Yeah,
I checked into that for a little while. Okay.
dude. So it was funny because Pedro had no fucking idea about the Navy SEALs.
Uh-huh.
And like, you know
Was
me,
he
I
a
like
SEAL?
yes.
Oh, I didn't
And
know that. I thought he
and
was just a regular dude.
no, and so, it was funny because somebody who considers himself a connoisseur of the Discovery Channel, documentary series of the SEALs as the
Uh-huh.
only insight that I have as a lame, right? Like, it was funny listening to him ask all the questions because it was almost like just so basic, obvious questions of like, "Shit, you don't know anything." But anyhow, that guy has a great story. He peed off a balcony to save time and pissed on his superior.
Wow, he told that story on the Coffee Pods and Wads?
Yeah, and they basically called him out, and Pedro's like, "Well, wait, like, how did they know it was you? Like, did they know for sure?" And he's like, "I fessed up right away." He's like, "The one thing is like, it doesn't matter how bad you fuck up in this community. It's way worse if you don't immediately own that mistake."
Wow.
He had to do Hell Week twice.
Wow.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm gonna listen to that. I gotta have that dude on.
yeah.
There was a comment in here. Uh, I wanted to pull up. It was Judy Reed. Oh, avoid being uncomfortable. My wife told me that one, and my wife's been really good about that too, enforcing that. Just telling small lies. I've talked about that a lot on the show, but um, yeah, she basically said that all cheating and lying is to avoid uncomfortability. So you know what I mean? So like you're uncomfortable, so you go rob a liquor store to get money. You know what I mean? Because you don't want to deal with the uncomfortability of fucking not having money and like
Or the
everything.
hard work it takes to do the right thing.
And I look off the dude next to me's paper in high school to cheat because um, I don't want to get an F. I'm avoiding like some sort of uncomfortability.
Mhm,
It's that simple. And you think it's gonna make life easier, but it just makes life harder.
mhm. Short term easy, long term hard.
Being a SEAL's easy. All they do is roll around in the sand and hold logs over their head.
That's pretty much what Pedro is. The questions he had. It's
Uh,
funny.
I am doing a podcast. So, that was the thing with Brian. I thought I'll say this one nice thing about Brian. I did like his post on the 5 takeaways,
Hmm.
and I watched that. He made a post about the 5 takeaways they got from the CrossFit Classic or Mayhem Classic, and the one interesting one that made me think is he gave Emily Rolfe kudos. And I felt like in the live in the shows we did, I didn't give her any props. I didn't talk about her or give her any props, and that was a mistake because that was really a remarkable performance. Remarkable performance on her part.
Yeah,
I didn't see her winning that last event, and she's a beast. She
she
deserved
is.
She deserved more love from John brought her up a few times, but I just kinda anytime brought her up, I just let him talk, and then I didn't follow up. So, you know what happens is I kind of get, there's some athletes for some reason I just get tired of. You know
Interesting.
what
What?
you it's and it's not, and I need to, like, overcome like a Scott Panchik type, you know what I mean? Like, okay, he's always gonna take 6, and he's like, Emily's always gonna be there, she's always gonna take 6, and it's like, I, uh I just start seeing them as, like it's just like shit in your house that you just see every single day, and you start
Mhm.
just kind of ignoring it, like something that's sitting on a shelf somewhere. You like
Mhm.
this like, you might have a piece of art up in your room, and you're like, you haven't looked at it in 5 years. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not, obviously she puts in all that hard work to be there, and she's a fucking quality athlete and a quality person. She got a great coach and husband, and she got her own unique situation. So there was that. What did I want to say about Col? Oh, I want to talk about look at Allie, Colton's wife.
Mhm.
Like I bet you she's never like, hey, I don't want you going to Mayhem Classic. We gotta go to my sister's wedding. Do you know what I mean?
I don't see that conversation happening, no.
I don't want you going to NorCal Classic. I booked us, to go to the play that night. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, she's fully in support.
Yeah, it's just like, hey, it is what it is. Judy gave me major FOMO. Yeah, I got feedback from people on Judy being at the event, and everyone said it was a 10 out of 10.
She's
Everyone's like,
great.
dude, you think she's cool in the comments? You got to meet her in person. She's fucking the shit.
Yeah, she was awesome.
You got to hang with her?
Yeah. Yeah,
That's the
yeah.
first time you met her?
Uh-huh. Yeah, first time I met her in person. She was great. Her and her daughter. Super sweet.
How old's her daughter?
I don't know if I had to guess, maybe like 15 or 16, something like that.
Was her
Maybe older? Shit, I can't know. It's
was her
tough. She was
husband?
young. No. At least not that I knew of.
Yeah, she sent me a photo of her daughter, like 2 rowers down from Rich rowing.
Yeah, yeah, it's cool. Yeah, they were great. It was cool hanging out with them and, like, getting able to chat. It's fun meeting, the people that are in these comments here, you know what I mean? Like, putting a face to a name and being able to
No, I don't know what you
I
mean.
know you don't you don't like that. Oh, she's 16. Alright, there you go, 16.
Hey, what about the barn where they competed? It looked windy as shit in there. What was going on in there? Why is it so I've never thought of the barn as windy.
Yeah, I never really did either, but, the roof blew off it, like, a while ago, right before that event started, and so
What do you mean the roof blew off of it?
like, legitimately, like, the roof was in the tree line, like, 200 feet away from the barn still.
How big's the barn? Isn't the barn 4,000
Fucking
square feet?
huge, dude, yeah.
Wait, so 4,000 square feet is like 40 by 100.
Yeah, it's big. I mean, there's a rig in there, we all comfortably sat in there, there's a good
So
ton of
you're
it's
telling me that when you were in there, if you looked up, you saw the heavens?
No, they already had a new roof on it.
Excuse me.
They already had a new roof
Oh,
on it,
they didn't
but
retrieve the old roof.
no, they didn't have time because they had everything setting up for the Mayhem Classic and all of this stuff happening at once. And so it was just like, okay, well, we're just gonna deal with that, and we could deal with that. Let's just get a new roof on this thing. And it was funny because I talked to Hillary about it for a while. I think Jonathan was still with
The
us.
whole roof blew off like a sail. It caught a sail and just fucking took it.
Fucking ripped it right off. Yeah.
Where were they? Did that happen in the middle of the night? Like they're just sleeping in their house?
I don't know. I should ask. I didn't go into like, full deep mode on it. It was just basically like talking about the fact that it like ripped off and Hillary was like, it was so close to like everything was going on with like Mayhem and blah blah. And I was asking like, okay, so like what does Rich handle? And he's just like, okay, well, let's just prioritize this. Like, let's just get a new roof, clean up the barn, just leave that shit where it's at. It ain't
How
hurting the
much do
thing,
you
it
think
ain't
that
going nowhere.
cost? Is that like 20 grand? 50 grand?
I have no idea
What's the
on
roof look like? Is it nice or is it just a fucking corrugated steel roof?
it's a corrugated steel roof. Yeah. I mean, it's not like cheap. It didn't look cheap, but it wasn't like insulated and stuff up there and
Is
all
it
that.
A-framed?
No, maybe just a slight tilt to it for the rain.
What the fuck? Was the gym, did the gym I'm assuming if there was a storm,
Yeah.
we need Rich on here. If I'm assuming if there was a storm and the roof blew off,
Mhm.
that the place filled with water, that it was
Flooded.
raining.
Yeah.
Did you see any signs of the flooding? Did it smell like ass in there?
No, it didn't smell bad at all in there. No, but there was definitely like, there's some wear and tear on the equipment, but it's hard to tell because it's Tennessee. So like when that humidity comes in and like everything else, I think there's just wear and tear on like that through the in the equipment. But no, there was no signs. Like it didn't smell like swamp water. Like there wasn't the weird like puddles of stuff somewhere where you could see the outlines of where the water was sitting or anything like that. It was relatively clean.
What are the floors in there? They
Just
rubber?
normal, normal like rolled out gym floors.
What
Like
the
that,
fuck?
like rolled stuff.
I wonder, like, if I was him and that happened, I'd just call Bill.
Maybe that's exactly what he did. I mean, you make two calls, right? You call Bill for any equipment replacement that you might need, and you call Senior to get him over there to fix the roof, right?
How many did Senior fix it? Is he the one who fixed it?
I don't know, but I've seen stuff that like in their podcast studio where they frame all the lights up, right?
Yeah,
There
yeah.
was like a picture of him from far away, and you could tell there was refurbished Rogue like pieces holding up the lights and stuff. And I was like, dude, nice, nice like Jimmy rig of that frame there. And he was like, Rich messaged me back on Instagram, and he's like, that's Senior's work.
Hey, they have a podcast studio in the barn?
No. I was referring to a photo I saw of them inside the
Is there any
podcast studio.
electronic equipment in the barn? Is there any studio?
No, just a radio, just like music.
Okay, so none of that shit got fucked up. It didn't like rip it off, and then they have 20 cameras in there, and it rained on them and depleted.
No, it's not set up like that at all.
Hey, and so the roof blows off.
Yeah.
That was 2 weeks before you got there, before the Mayhem Classic?
I'm not 100% sure on the timeline, but yeah, let's say that.
And so you look out and there's some buffaloes, and then you look out and there's some trees 100 yards away, and there's a roof in there?
Yes, and I'm wrong. The podcast studio is in the barn. Okay, so it's probably in the back then, because there's like full bathrooms with showers and stuff in there, dude.
Think the roof blew off the podcast studio?
It might have. I don't know how it's set up towards the back. Like I didn't really like show myself around like too much. Like at first I was just freaking out because I was like one of the first people there. So I'm just like sitting in his driveway at his barn, like, fuck, can I even be here right now?
Like you drove down past the house down to the barn.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then by the time I got out of the car, because like JR and like Angelo and stuff were coming, so I was like, okay, cool. And then at that point, Rich had texted me back and was like, yeah, dude, absolutely. Like, hey, hang out. It's of course. And then I walked in there and there was already people in there working out. I was like, oh shit, these guys are already just in here doing this. So it's pretty fun.
Jared Ellis, what's up, dude? I have your book up, How to Become a Prayer Warrior. Just rep the CEO shirt here at CrossFit Roppongi in Tokyo, Japan. Great box community, coaches so positive. Streaming the semifinals. CrossFit's thriving worldwide. Oh, that's awesome.
Sweet.
Miss you, Souza. Come back again soon.
No, Facundo was a great host.
I wonder how often he's there.
Sounded like quite a bit. Like he when I was talking about when I was hanging with him talking about his travel schedule, he was like the last maybe like month and a half or something, just seemed like he was gonna be all over the place.
I'm tripping. The storm didn't damage the barn holding the podcast equipment that was in the back. Okay, so maybe a different roof.
Sweet. What's up, Zach?
So then you look out over the field, and 100 yards away, there's a tree line, and you're like, what's that in the tree line? They're like, that's the roof, the whole roof.
Super obvious. I mean, it's not like up in the sky, but it's all just across like his property line goes right up against like the tree line. So you can tell they like cleared everything out, right? So you got a clear shot right to that tree line. And just beyond that tree line is like the swamp area. And so it looked like, when shit just blows up against a fence and it just kind of sits towards the bottom and it's like flopped up that's exactly what it looked like. But it was just a huge ass roof, like huge.
I think they would have cleaned up knowing you'd be there.
Yeah. That's if I would have rolled up in my Civic, like, oh man, look at this mess. No. And the property's so big and there's so much space out there. I was even telling Rich, I was like, man, there's something crazy about coming out here because like in the area we live, there's just so much noise and there's so much shit on top of you. Like whether it's just the housing is so condensed, whether the freeway with the traffic or just like whatever the hell. And you get out there like where he lives and it's just like quiet. Like it feels like the noise settles down in your head too. At least it does.
Which is interesting because you kind of live out in the middle. I mean, you live in a congested area, but 100 yards away from your house takes you off into Never Land. It's just straight shot to New York City. I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, there's like.
I mean, you live right on the edge of California metropolis, Bay Area metropolis, and then I mean, like from your gym, I can look and see those fields that go on as far as the eye can see.
Yep, the ultimate pass. Yeah.
Gray smashed the Imam tonight. Bunch of animals. She almost quit, but I put the sushi song Souza, and she got her second window fired up.
She's had like the flu for 2 days too. So I was glad she was telling me she's gonna go in there and do that workout.
I, I had a good time, this weekend. I really needed that. I was really stressed relative for me because I was leaving the studio and I didn't wanna cover the Mayhem Classic, and then I got to Ashland and I wanted to hang out with my family, and, uh there was a grand opening for the bookstore for my sister-in-law, which is an insane, two-story bookstore with the coffee shop and just a cool little town. Ashland's just a cool little town with 20,000 people out in the middle of nowhere. My kids were getting to hang with their cousins, all the grandparents were there. It was cool, and, but 75% of the time I spent in my hotel room at the Holiday Inn Express. It was cool. We got a good room. It had 2 rooms, so I had
Oh,
my own
nice.
little space to set up the podcast. But man, hanging with John and Chase and Pedro and then you and just,
Taylor,
and
Bryson,
then the
yeah.
fact that, Hatfield came on and Colton came on and Kale came on. It ended up being like I ended up having such a good time. I had such a good time. I was not looking forward to covering the event at all.
Mhm.
And, we murdered it. Every single show was a 10. The numbers were insane. The debates were good. I think Bryson and Taylor came on a few times. They were fantastic. Kale, isn't that the guy's name? Kale Lehman?
Mhm.
Yeah, or Clayman?
Claiming he's in the top.
So that was cool. I had a good time. And then Dave came on, made a cameo.
Yeah, that's cool.
Did you see I was kinda tripping on Dave being there because 3 people who signed the Dave should be fired letter were there, Royce Dunce, Fee, and, Miss Campos.
Mhm.
And I was like, "Oh, I wonder how that is, like, for them." I mean, I'm sure Dave doesn't give a shit, but I wonder how did you see any interaction between those people?
I did between him and Royce. Um,
You saw them talk?
yeah, because I so I was chatting with Facundo and Scott, but I had very limited time on Sunday because I had
Who's
to get
Scott? Oh, Vandersloot.
Vandersloot. So
Okay.
I had to get back. So I only got about an hour and a half or so at Mayhem the second day. And was with Dave in the warm up area, and then he was kind of doing his thing where he just floats around, says what's up to all the athletes and stuff. And by the way, when he comes in there, every single one of those athletes flock to him. Even the ones that signed the petition,
Oh, really?
Yes.
That's awesome.
And so I turned because I was gonna leave, and he was right there chatting with like Heber, Royce, and shit, I forget who else he was with. Maybe like Tyler Christoval or something. And yeah, so I didn't hear any of the conversation, but it was the 3 of them like in conversation I interrupted real quick and then just took off. And when I left, they were all still talking. So
Oh,
what? Yeah,
interesting.
yeah. I wonder what
I really,
he's saying.
when you I don't, I got my own, more complicated thoughts about, Bukowski and Annie, and then there was some other girl with short hair that I don't know who she is, but, and I don't know Victoria Campos, um, but I really like Fee and Royce, and so it just really pisses me off, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like I
Like
really like Fee a lot.
yeah, Fee's great, right? And,
Mhm. She is. She really is great.
it just annoys the fuck out of me that they took that stance. It just really, yeah. So when I heard the 3 of them were there, I was like, "Oh, I wish I could be a fly on a wall and find out how that is." I mean, that's gotta be complicated for other people too. I wonder, because it looks like Rich and Dave are really close, and I know Rich and Royce are really close.
Mhm.
Um, Avery, my perspective is that a lot of athletes didn't know how to respond, and it's easy to just pick a fall guy.
And I agree with that statement. I think even it goes back to the conversation we were having earlier about avoiding discomfort.
Dude, you signed a fucking letter that was, like, the biggest topic of conversation for a fucking month,
Mhm.
asking for the guy who fucking founded fucking the games and gave his life to it, has
Mhm.
done nothing but pour his heart and soul into it. Never once were like, "Fuck, this might be hard on Dave that Lazar died." and instead fucking got on the, like, Dave killed Lazar train. It's like, what the fuck, dude? Like, what the fuck?
I
Do
mean,
you know what
when
I mean? It's like
you do when you put it like I was
like
gonna try to
like
play devil's advocate on this,
like
but you put it like that.
you leverage his life work to make $62,000 a year, um, and you wanna have an opinion on who should be running it? Like, how about shut the fuck up? You
Oh,
know what I mean? It's just like,
dude.
it's, um, the same with fucking I'd throw Brian in that boat too. I
Mhm.
regret ever introducing Brian to Dave, giving him Dave's phone number.
Mm.
You know what I mean? It's like, wow.
Yeah. I that's interesting to me too. I don't understand that because to me, and I could be wrong here, it just seems so fucking entitled that I just like it's like, ew, it's just gross. So this dude does all of this. I mean, it's the same shit these dudes. Oh man, this reminded me of a great idea. I was gonna make this graphic because it's the same playbook they all use, right? Find a CrossFit affiliate, fall in love with CrossFit, train full time, become a competitor, get washed up, blame Dave for your inability to succeed, go to the WPF, or create your own program that is CrossFit, but with all the bad things about CrossFit. And then your marketing strategy is to disparage CrossFit to promote your thing
Yeah,
like CrossFit.
someone sent me a link, I didn't look at it closely. Is Amanda Barnhart doing that?
All of them do it, dude. It's the fuck. It's like, I mean, who rolled that? What agent came up with this game plan? Terrible. Yeah, Ben Bergeron too. All of them. All of them. It's like the strategy of a fuck the fitness industry is the least creative thing ever.
Hey, it's okay to
These
be like,
people.
"Hey, I still do CrossFit, but I don't do burpees," or I'm pregnant and when I quit doing pull-ups." It's okay. You can still do CrossFit. It's infinitely scalable. Didn't you know that?
Or just honor the thing that you came up in. You
Yeah.
know, did you I don't know if you watched it, but I went on Miranda's street parking thing
Yep,
like a while back.
I watched probably half of it.
And she asked a question and she was like, "Well, hey, what do you feel about like the early relationships with people with CrossFit? Like a lot of people kind of got outcasted as they started to like build their thing up." And I said, "Yeah, well, I mean, rule fucking number 1, don't outshine thy master. And understand that you're pushing around a hot dog cart
Don't
inside
what?
Greg's
Don't
restaurant."
outshine thy
Yeah,
master? Oh.
that's right. Play the fucking game and know that you were allowed to push a hot dog stand around in someone else's restaurant and act accordingly. You know what I mean? We wouldn't have heard of any of the Rob Wolfs, the Wellborns,
All of
like the
them. All you're
Bergeron,
right,
like
all of them.
every
Yep.
single one of them were given a platform. And what did they do? They all decided that they had a better idea, or Greg didn't agree with what they wanted, or they thought Greg didn't, whatever the case may be. And then they decided to take it upon themselves that they were going to move somewhere else. They got exiled out of the community. And Greg was a lot of carrots and sticks politics, right?
Right.
Like we could agree on that.
What do you mean by that?
Meaning, like, if you're in, you're in. If you start to get too big or you start to brush up against them too much, you might just get exiled and be pushed out.
Yeah, not pushed out, but put to the pasture. He didn't fire people, but yeah. You could be yeah.
You're no longer the golden child, right? And
Yeah,
so
yeah.
whatever, you know, whatever that case may be, I think you should just respect that regardless, right? Like, okay, cool. That was it. The rise in the time. I did whatever, and like just move on from it. Like don't try to like utilize it as like a platform or a marketing strategy for your shit.
What ends up happening too is no one I think you lose more people than you gain. I don't think you need maybe it's people think they need to differentiate themselves from
Yeah.
CrossFit in order to be successful. Like, so you're pregnant and you need
Right.
to differentiate yourself from it, but you don't have to.
Right. Right.
I think Tia's play, if she's smart, is gonna be like, "Yeah, CrossFit's such great GPP that I even won High Rocks."
And here's the thing.
I just bias my training a little bit.
Right, and I don't care if you disparage it. Go for it, do your thing,
Right.
whatever, but just understand that, like, I just don't think that that's I think you could do a lot of different you could handle that a lot of different ways, and I just don't think that that's the best strategy. I think it's a low intellect, uncreative strategy.
Well, and you're gonna get you attract a bunch of haters.
and 50% of the group is going to hate you.
Yeah, and then eventually they're gonna hate you, and then the people you attract, they're the hating type, and then they're eventually gonna hate you too.
Right.
Harry Cox, she's not that smart, Sevy.
Is that Brooke Ents thing in the ranch? If I got that right, Harry Cox, you gotta fucking give me some credit with that.
Oh, where she slides on the weights, and it was a photo that she had to take down or something?
Yeah, but that was like it was like a CrossFit commercial where it was like her and somebody else, and they do like a bunch of dubs, a bunch of clean and jerks, like sprint up the hill, then do muscle ups on top of that rig on top of the hill at the ranch. And then I don't know who it is. Maybe it's like I don't know who it is. But then he does like a partial, like you guys slow it down enough to where it looks like he was almost gonna do an iron cross, but then he kind of like comes out of it. And then if
Who? Oh,
whoever the dude was in that, maybe I don't
oh.
remember who it was.
There was a photo that Brooke Ents posted where she was bending over, sliding on weights.
That
That's
that
the one
I
I thought.
that's
That's
I
the one
think
that was the thumbnail for it, or that was in there?
I just think that shot was pulled from that shoot.
You may be onto something. And it was an insane photo. It was like the hottest photo of any fucking CrossFit chick ever. It was like her ass and her hamstrings looked fucking nuts. And I think I want to say maybe Marsden didn't like it. I don't remember the details, but I think it got pulled down. I think she posted to her Instagram and then pulled it down.
Yeah, well, they were married at the time, weren't they?
Yeah, I wonder what it's like being married to one of those chicks that's like just every post is not that Brooks every post is, but I mean there's definitely I would guess for 2 million followers or whatever, fucking 1.5 million of them are just dudes who just think she's the fucking hottest thing that walked the planet.
Yeah, yeah. You better be really secure in your relationship or just not have the ability to go on Instagram, I suppose.
I mean, the girls know that they're doing that, but they're married.
I mean, most of them that are doing that are selling something
And their bodies are the honey.
or the thing they sell. Not saying that with Brooke Ents, not to be confused, but I'm just saying that the type of person you're talking about when you look at their Instagram and like every shot is them in a bikini and it's like, glute day and it's just the up the ass shot of their shit. And then
I'm trying to think
what
if that's cool. I'm trying to think if that's cool that you're married or you have a boyfriend and
and you're driving traffic to your OnlyFans link? Yeah, it ain't cool. What the
not
fuck?
even
I mean,
not
I
even
ain't gonna
your
be cool with it. I mean,
not even your OnlyFans link. I knew a girl who made $1 million on OnlyFans reposting her Instagram posts. 1 million, dude.
number one, you got sold a lie. And number two, that's gonna add a bunch of complications into your relationship. So you better be like, either completely cool with that, like just doesn't even bother you at all type situation, or you're just like really secure with it. Because two things happen. Now that's the breadwinner, and it's the breadwinner because of her body. It's a lot
And
to
so
handle.
you are making money off of other dudes craving your chick. Dude, I saw I don't know if you saw this clip I played, but it was something crazy like 86% or something of men between the age of 19 and 49 have purchased an OnlyFans subscription at some point
Really?
in the United States. Yeah.
I believe it, dude. I believe it.
It was like a cohort of it was like 86 million men, dude.
I mean,
And it said 10% of women have an OnlyFans account.
no, that can't be true. 10% of women, what, like in the US, it's saying?
Yes. Well, no, yeah, in the US. It was the US. It was 1 in 10. Let me Google it.
That's crazy. I don't know about
Ask Chat
that.
GPT that. Do you know how to do that?
Yeah. Yeah. Get to the bottom of this. Oh, I'm so excited for my show tomorrow. It's gonna be so dumb though. People aren't gonna like it at all. Uh,
What's the show tomorrow?
it's titled right now, What If Frank is Right? And I'm gonna go over 3 scenarios of the affiliate revolution. One's gonna be centered around a socialist revolution in Russia, one the American Revolution, and one thing I'm calling a Black Swan event.
And basically since Dawn announced the company's for sale, it's 3 different outcomes of what could happen in in the sale?
Yeah, not in the sale. No, like if the affiliates decided we're gonna upheave this thing, it's all
Oh,
about an affiliate
oh,
revolution. Nothing
oh,
to do with
all
banks. All three
all 3 of them.
scenarios
Oh,
are different ways that you could
affiliates can.
overthrow HQ,
Oh, wow.
and I'm gonna lay them out with historical context. The two actual revolutions, and then one, the Black Swan event, is just gonna be a scenario that could play, and it would be interesting.
As of March 25th, there are approximately 3.78 million women and 732,000 male creators on OnlyFans. So 3.78 million, that would be 1% of the US population. But
That's globally.
um
1.1 million reported in early 2025. One source says December 2024 estimated that 1.4 million American women are on OnlyFans creators.
oh,
Percentage net of US
here we
women.
go. Here we go. The number of registered users on OnlyFans is 13.5 million.
Yeah, registered users, but not creators.
Right. Okay.
And this one says,
No. Registered users rose from oh shit. Oh shit, ready?
yeah.
Between 2019 and 2023, the number of registered users on OnlyFans rose from 13.5 million to 305 million. Oh
That's
my
crazy.
god.
But this is still nuts, dude, because an estimated of late of 2023 and 2024, so we know it's grown. Ages 18 to 45,
Mhm.
US American women, 2%. That's
Oh, okay, so
insane.
2% of US
Two
women between 18 and 45 have an OnlyFans account. So if
are
you're in a room with
creators, not have an account,
right,
post
are creators.
content to the platform.
So if
Yes.
you're in a room with 50 people, one of them's got an OnlyFans, right?
Ah, yeah, dude.
So when you're at the CrossFit Games
Oh, shit.
and there's 10,000 people there, let's say it's a higher amount of
Dude,
CrossFitters
200
because they have
200 of
better
them.
bodies. Let's say it's 30. Uh,
Oh my goodness.
let's say there's 4,000. Let's say there's 5,000 women at the CrossFit Games, and let's say it's significantly more. So let's say 5,000. Let's say it's 1 in 30 CrossFit women, divided by 30 equals 167 of the women have OnlyFans accounts. Game. Wow.
Hey, if you do an OnlyFans account and you start creating content on it, obviously it takes a while to like build some stuff, and you're only making like, let's say, $100 to $500 range. Like, how long do you do that before you just give that up and feel like shit about yourself?
Well, you heard my theory. OnlyFans is like fighting, right?
No, what's that?
People don't fight because they don't want to lose. And the
Y- Yeah.
and the reason why people like the reason why it's not like 80% of women don't have OnlyFans is because if they knew they were gonna make 9 million a month like Cardi B, they'd be doing it. But they don't wanna be out there, sucking on some fucking cock and they only made $80 and fucking Andrew Hiller has it on his hard drive. You know what I mean? It's like, uh, you know what I mean? Right? I mean, that's what I think.
100%, dude. Yeah. Hey, you know that used to be a big thing back in the day with
I'd
celebrities
give
and
someone a
Instagram.
handy for 9 million bucks on an OnlyFans account. Go ahead.
Remind me to tell you the story about Pedro and me offering him a handy if this thing goes through. It's an off-air conversation. Uh, dude, yeah, imagine like if there was a guaranteed outcome.
Yeah.
So there was something where it's like, hey, you're not gonna get huge, but I mean you're gonna make 10 grand a month. 10 grand a month is wow. You know what I mean? Like how much more would those numbers jump up? Uh it's crazy. The other thing too is pretty soon all those are like it's just gonna be AI, dude.
Oh, right.
Because you know what'll happen is
Oh, are there AI OnlyFans accounts?
yes, there
Are
are.
there
And
AI
if you go and you do like an AI thing, right? Like imagine how crazy this will go. So if I have
Oh, shit,
information,
it says I make $20,000 a month using an AI. on OnlyFans.
Yes, dude, because think about this. If I have data on you, I could create an avatar that's going to like go to your needs. So in your case, I would give her like really big hamstrings, a nice armpit, give her red hair, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Some
yeah,
big old floppy naturals, you know?
yeah,
We know what
yeah,
time it is.
yeah.
And then the chat GPT is attached to it. So you're DMing or quote unquote or messaging back and forth. And then if that has information on you, it's just feeding out different desires in a way that you could like tone it up or tone it down, depending on like I'll make it more flirty or like make it more direct, you know? And people, dude, there was the whole thing of some lady fucking divorced her husband because she got catfished by like Brad Pitt, thinking that he was in some hospital situation and like wanted her. And it was a
Oh,
whole fucking AI
oh
thing,
yeah,
dude.
yeah. I heard about that. That was an AI, so they actually sent video. I was wondering how she got fucking duped.
So it was like, I'm in the hospital, check out a picture of me in the hospital. And he's sending it in real time. And it's just a thing where it's like the face generator. So it's just pictures of whoever, maybe even them, just with Brad Pitt's face on it, sent to this poor woman.
Hey, I saw this video. Who is the black guy who's kind of crazy? He kind of solved he explains the whole universe, and he was on Rogan.
Terrence Howard.
Oh yeah.
Ken.
Um, God, I wish I could find that clip. Oh no, it was on no, sorry. It was on Patrick Bet David. Did you see him on Patrick Bet David?
Not the whole thing. I watched a couple pieces of it so far.
Did you see the man card piece?
No.
You got to take drugs. You're going through so much. Who knows what happened to Philip? Who knows? I hoping to get it out of their head. You're right to being a man. A man don't take it. A man gives. That's the only that end up sitting and they can't get over it. And they got to keep getting high, hoping to get.
Okay, here we go.
You know, there's a short life in.
Why do you think that is? What the creative side is?
Well, because losing out money, you got to take drugs. You're going through so much shit to try and deal with life. You are literally, it's an unhealthy space. And so eventually you're going to go too far. You know, who knows what happened to Philip? Who knows what he had to do in order to get to where he was at? There's a lot of things that people do that end up sitting and they can't get over it. And they got to keep getting high, hoping to get it out of their head. You know, well, when you lose your man card.
You ready?
That's the only thing I can think of. You lose your damn man card.
What is that? What do you mean by that?
You give up your ability, your right to being a man. A man don't take it. A man gives it. So when you give up that man card, you don't get that back.
Are you saying what I think you're saying?
No, I'm saying what I'm saying. You don't get. You come into this world as a man one time. You give up that right for anything, for fear of being hurt, fear of somebody doing something, for wanting to gain something. When you give up that man card right, you lose some spiritual energy that has always been pushing through.
So he's saying if you got fucked in the ass by Diddy's cock, if Diddy's cock penetrated your anus, you lost something.
Like if a woman gives up,
and you got to take a lot of drugs.
A womanly right of being a mother and taking care of her family and do all those things. When you,
I like how he compares it to that. If you give up a womanly right to having a baby,
things, but when you give up your manhood, I've never seen somebody recover from it. That was all the people that went to the puffy parties. That was all the people that did all those things, thinking that there was never going to be a consequence for what they were doing. Get punked out and pimped out by some greater desire. You shouldn't have a greater desire than being a man. So
that's a great line, right? You shouldn't have a greater desire than being a man.
I believe that's a big problem with a lot of the actors out there because they get fluid. And next thing you know, once you go fluid, it's gone. You don't have any foundation to pull yourself back from. So maintain your man card, no matter what.
Damn.
Man, I mean, you know, one of the things you're seeing, you went to a whole different place.
Yeah, Patrick.
Sorry.
No, I get it. So you see some guys struggling with that. You see Bieber struggling with that. You see some of these guys struggling with that.
They can't get it out of their head. They can't get it out of their head. The things that they did, no matter how they did it, whether they were drunk or high or whatever, you gave up your man card. You need therapy. And that's the thing that hurts them the most. And so they end up on.
I think he's on to something. I think he's on to something. Hey, I knew this. I went out to dinner with this chick one time. She was going to Harvard Law School. Me and my girlfriend at the time went out to dinner with her. She was my girlfriend's friend at the time, and she told me this story that she'd always wanted to peg her boyfriend. I want to peg my boyfriend. I want to peg because my girlfriend's like, hey, what happened to so and so? And she's like, I wanted to peg him. I wanted to peg him. I wanted to peg him. I'm like, oh shit, this story's getting crazy. And
holy shit.
He's like, no. And then they'd been dating for 2 years, and he finally is like, okay, you can peg me. So she fucking put a strap on and fucked him in the ass. And so she fucks him in the ass. And then a couple nights pass, and she goes, and he says, hey, will you peg me again? And she said after, like, and then eventually it just became like he wanted to be pegged all the time, and she broke up with him. And I'm like, question, why'd you break up with him? I just lost respect for him.
Yeah. Wow.
Super black chick, super hot and super like domineering. You know what I mean? Like I could just tell. Like she was like,
jeez. That's
Yeah.
like one of those be careful what you wish for. It just might come true, huh?
yeah. Oh, Marissa, you haven't heard that story before? You hadn't heard that? I thought I was gonna get a we've heard this one.
Dude.
I don't know what I've told. Marissa would know though. Yeah, that because you're around. But yeah. Fucks this dude in the ass. Begs to fuck him in the ass for 2 years. He says, yeah. Then he starts to like it, and she's out.
Is he gay now?
I don't know. That's a great question.
You're like, and that was Brian Friend's first girlfriend.
I wonder if Standy's done that to someone. It makes sense to me.
I mean, that's not a bad view if you're being pegged. So,
But what's not?
Standys.
Oh,
Right,
he's gay.
I reckon.
I don't know.
Well, he's definitely not gay adjacent. There's penetration. That's like, you know what I mean?
I had a chick one time. I was railing her, and as I'm coming, she tries to reach and push on my like that thing between your balls and your anus. I'm like, hey, what the fuck are you doing?
Oh, a little gooch squeeze.
And I'm like, she's like, oh, I just read in a magazine that. I'm like, I don't give a fuck what you read.
Throw away those Cosmos, girl. That shit's written by women. That don't count.
I'm like, you just have a smile on your face when I'm nutting. That's it. That's all I need from you. I don't need you like reaching in, like don't reach down there at all. Don't touch nothing down there. Ever.
Unless you're gonna bring a warm towel afterwards, you ain't.
Yeah, I don't even want. Prude. I don't even. I don't even touch my balls. My balls are like don't like nothing below below the base of the shaft. Never. Don't even look. Just doesn't even exist.
Jeez.
So, yeah. Anyway, man, I hadn't heard that.
That's very interesting. Yeah, there ain't no coming back from that, huh?
Mm-mm. I think Froning probably still has his man card.
Yeah,
seems like it.
100%. There was a group of guys when they walked into the barn as they're getting ready for Kill Taylor. Rich came down. There's probably like 4 of them, and they looked like they were CrossFitters, like big, yoked dudes, but looked like friends of Rich's or something like that, right? And I just finished the workout, and I stand up, and I'm like still breathing heavy, and I go over, and I'm like, "Hey guys," and I introduce myself because I just do that everywhere, right? So introducing myself, and I go, "Hey." As the last guy, I go, "Hey, I just wanted to apologize. I hope that didn't affect you guys over there." And they were like, "What?" And I was like, "My performance on that workout had to have lower your T levels if you came that close to me." And they just start fucking busting up. And Rich is like, "Yeah, you got to work on controlling the bar down." And I was like, yeah, I tried to go touch and go on my last 3 to impress you and bounced it off my thigh and fucking looked like such an idiot.
What
And
was the
like
weight?
135.
Oh, well, there you go. That's good.
5 snatches.
At least you had the big ones on.
Yeah. Got the blue.
Seth D. What did you say? You said what you said something dumb. Where is it? I can't see it. Rich would be ashamed of this conversation. You're out of your fucking mind. Imagine being a grown ass man and being ashamed. What does it mean to be ashamed? Shame. Embarrassed or guilty? You're out of your fucking mind. You know who should be embarrassed or guilty? Feel embarrassed or guilty is where did I see that post? Oh, Hiller's post. These people are. I realize what I'm surrounded by just pussies. Sometimes. This post right here. This is gonna be interesting to get your take on it since you're an affiliate owner. Okay. Have you seen this post?
Yeah, I have not. No.
Okay. Guys doing lunges. 135, 45, at least 155. Those might be 15s on there. Who knows?
Okay.
Look at these comments. That owner's going to be pissed. Every gym owner got pissed. Fuck. Lunge was worth $9.90. The lack of situational awareness to dump a barbell into a machine is wild. This happened at my gym during the comp after the athletes were asked not to drop the bar. Put it in. Please let me see the gym owner's face. So does he have to buy a new one now? Must not have read the standard distance between equipment is 5 feet. $1,000 mistake. I would have lost my shit. It's the pause for me. Show some sympathy next time. She must have been PMSing when she wrote that. Dude doesn't have the vision, I guess. I'd like to report a murder. Bad day at the gym. Oh my God. A poor rower. Placement. Situational awareness. Listen, this is what I wrote. I wouldn't have even flinched and finished the workout. PMSing women and children get upset and react to things that are out of their control. Like if I'm at your gym, I pay for that. But if I'm at your gym and I do that, like I don't even stop.
What were they thinking with that setup, though? I mean, that's just stupid.
All right, you're a gym owner, fine.
Dude, I'm just like, that's just stupid. You're fucking like, did nobody test that? Like, come on. And here's the deal, though. When shit like that happens, like it's gonna happen. People have dropped barbells and it's bounced over and put a hole through the sheetrock side of the gym. People have dropped barbells from above head and it's bounced over and it's hit my rowers. That type of stuff happens. So in this situation, when it was very clearly like, I thought when we were watching this, I had to watch it on this side because it was too choppy for me to see what happened over there. But when I was watching it, now I thought he was going to be like dramatic, like when people are like, oh, it's so hard. And they like throw their shit down or like, look at me. I'm working so much harder than everybody else. Yeah. Like that shit don't fly. I'd be fucking pissed. And you know what I do? I go,
your fucking body.
Yeah, and fuck your workout. Now I'm unplugging your workout because we don't fucking do the drama in here. But in that situation, unfortunate placement of the rower. Dude clearly was, not happy with what he did. Like, you could see he turns around. And he's like, fuck.
You think he was I think he was in the middle of a workout and he was about to run back to the other side.
Yeah.
Do you think that rower was part of his workout?
If it wasn't, then it's even more stupid that it was there.
And whoever filmed that's a douche canoe because they should have got a wide angle of that. I need to see more. Anyway, fuck it.
Hey, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
If someone's on a rower and you know how the display, you have to hit it sometimes and it goes to like where it gives you a bunch of metrics and you're like, I just want to see the calories or whatever on the big display. And you're in the middle of the row. And when you go to change that, like it's hard to reach it in your rower. So instead of like raising a hand for a coach or getting at attention, you take the handle to extend your reach and you try to smack the button. And then you break the monitor of the handle.
No. You take your one hand off the monitor and push it. You've seen someone hit it with the handle?
Seen someone. I fucking replaced a monitor like a month ago. I was like, what are you, fucking 5? You hit it with the handle.
Yeah, what
In
are you
the
going
middle
for
of
a
your
what are you
workout?
going for, a world record time?
It wasn't even in a affiliate semi dick suck competition. It was fucking on, Monday class.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. So there's different type of mistakes. Like that to me, to mistake is like, yeah, that sucks. But as a
And
gym owner, you got to
and
take
listen, this
responsibility
guy
for that a
doesn't
little
look smart. This guy doesn't look smart. I mean, you're just saying, just like, I mean, I could be a wrong judge of character, but he just doesn't.
Oh my gosh.
This guy's got an IQ of 87.
Here's the good news though. It looked like it broke the rail in the seat, which arguably Concept 2 does a great job of allowing you to buy just parts. So
You think that broke the rail?
Oh, it did. It lifted it because the seat has a lip underneath it. So when it rolls, it doesn't fall off. And so when it hit that side, that lip lifted off and it broke the rail.
Wow.
Yeah. So for me, it's just like, okay, like that sucks.
Have you ever replaced a rail?
Not a rail, but pretty much every other part on a rower.
Wow.
But I know you could buy it in parts like that.
There's so much wrong with the filming of this. Like, why did you stop filming? Maybe Hiller cut it early, but you got to keep filming.
I mean, I was going to say maybe Heller just ripped that from YouTube and just played that section. That's also why we don't have a wide angle. I'm sure there is a wide angle. And who knows what happened at the end because they probably, whatever.
I wonder if that is, does someone recognize that as some sort of semifinal workout? We had a dude drop a barbell straight from overhead and told him that it's not allowed at our facility, and he did it again, and we told him he was not welcome.
Interesting.
Is this the same Avery that was on your show this morning that was saying that the open workout wasn't good test of fitness?
Yes.
I'll deal with you later. You're out of your fucking mind.
She's
God,
like,
I realize some things, like people should stay in their lanes. So like this weekend, there was one of the shows I didn't attend, and it was John Young, Pedro, and someone else. I can't remember who the third person was. And then I was watching it outside in front of the bookstore on my phone, and then you came on the screen at the event.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're doing a live show and someone comes live at the event, you stop talking and you're like, Souza, what's up? What's going on? Like, who knows? You may have Colton or Royce Dunce or Rich or someone with you, right?
Yeah.
And you're just standing there for like 2.5 minutes. I'm fucking frantic in the chat. Souza's there, and I'm fucking like texting Pedro and John's side, hey, fuck nuts, bring Souza in, right? And I realized, okay. And then finally, Pedro, who's he can command and conduct. He's a conductor. He figured it out and he took over and conducted it. Yep. But John is like that machine at Chuck E. Cheese. Have you ever been to Chuck E. Cheese?
Yep.
And they got those. They got those creatures up at the top, and you put in the 50 cents, and the door opens and it sings, and then it closes, and you're done. Like he's not. Do you know what I mean? He's like, if John was talking about the games and you went and took a piss and came back, he'd still be talking. He'd be like, what did I miss? And it's just the two of you. You know what I mean? He's just like, he's on a mission. That's what he's for.
That's what he likes to talk about. 100%. Yeah. That's what he knows. Yep.
Yeah. And if you're like, if you said something like, hey, I don't think that girl's outfit was working for her, like he just turns off. Like he didn't got nothing to say to that. So when I hear anyone who's like a 1% athlete talk about open programming, I just realize, oh shit, like you have no fucking idea what you're talking about. You're completely fucking clueless.
Yeah, it's a different lens in which you're looking at the test, you're looking at the open, you're looking at the whole season. Than it is like the open being the like large mass participation event.
It's like Amanda Barnhart thinking like, trying to pivot away from CrossFit or whatever she's doing. Because she thinks CrossFit is just like however it injured her, she thinks that's what it is.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, you have no fucking idea what's going on.
Let me call in so we can talk. Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. I gotta pee. Don't call in.
Tomorrow.
That's okay. My show.
We gotta pee.
All right. So what time is your show tomorrow?
11 a.m.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I got to tell you this one more story. I'll talk about it again tomorrow on the show. But so it's a 6-hour drive from Ashland to Santa Cruz, or 7 hours. And the car I had Sirius XM. So I'm going in between CNN and Fox. CNN, how does anyone listen to that dumb fucking shit? It was crazy. I probably listened to 3 hours of it. So in the morning, Trump was supposed to have a press conference. He does 1 or 2 press conferences every single day. Every day he talks more to the American public than Biden spoke in his entire presidency. That is not hyperbole.
No, that's fact. Yeah, data back.
And they're like, he's meeting with Bibi Netanyahu. He's meeting with Netanyahu, the prime minister of Israel, this morning, and they were supposed to do a press conference, and they've canceled it. And the reason why they've canceled is because the stock market is in fucking free fall, and he wants to avoid it. It's got to be because stock. And they go on for 2 hours. And this is only the second. This is the not the only. Like, and this is the second time he's canceled a press conference. Like, it's some sort of fucking big deal. Like, who gives a fuck? You know, the dude's gonna be talking to you like so. So they're doing that for 2 hours, just hammering them, right?
Yeah.
And then they're like, "Oh, Trump is live from the Oval Office now with Bibi," and he talks for a fucking hour and takes questions from the press for a fucking hour, right?
Yeah.
And they come back and they're like, the guy's like, "Well, I guess he did the press conference," and it's like, for 2 hours, you guys ran with he's avoiding doing a press, and instead he just moved it to the like. And who gives a fuck? He talks so fucking much, like
yeah, for sure.
My mom sent me a text. Your 401k has lost 10%. God, like,
I was
dude,
just gonna ask
like,
you if you even looked
dude.
at your shit. Yeah.
I'm like, dude, like, I don't give a fuck. It could lose 50%. Hey, I'm about to buy fucking $100,000 worth of Tesla stock. Like, are you out of your fucking mind? Like, I give a fuck. You know, 1% of the fucking population owns 90% of the fucking stock market.
Mm-hmm.
And you know who that one that and of that fucking 1%, fucking 85% of it is fucking rich Democrats. Like, shut the fuck up.
It's BlackRock, State Street, and Vanguard.
Yeah.
They own
And
80%
on
the
top of that,
S&P.
you're looking at how much it's dropped since he became president. Go back to November 5th when he got fucking elected and the stock market fucking skyrocketed.
Boomed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um.
Like I give a shit.
So I have
The whole CNN, by the way, is fear. Today, when you said that there's 2 people that was a brilliant line you said. You said people act from
it's a
either
Napoleon Bonaparte quote. There's 2 levers into moving men: self-interest and fear.
Yeah. And people in the reason why self-interest is so important to act from self-interest is because 99 of the other 100 people in the room, it's also going to be good for them.
Yeah.
You want your roads nice, so does your neighbor. But when you act from fear, you're just one of those assholes that's drowning, that's trying to pull other people down and stand on their shoulders, and they drown and you get out of the fucking pool.
Mm-hmm. That, I mean, capitalism is
Fucking
based.
insane. You know what else they said? They said the lady on CNN's like, we're living through another 2008 housing crisis or the COVID pandemic. These are equal to that. I'm like, holy fuck. I mean, all CNN is fear-based. It and then you go over to fucking Fox and it's like, new Honda factory being built in Indianapolis. Man saved from rooftop in storm. I mean, it's just all just, you know what I mean? It's just like, fuck yeah, we're kicking ass.
Yeah. Yeah. It's it's interesting because nobody could really predict any of it, and so everybody just tries to spin whatever the outcome is, like, toward their narrative. And the other thing too is that, like, a lot of what's happening right now is the cat's out of the bag. Like, yeah, it's bad. It could still continue to get worse, but, like, you got to kind of play it out over a long term, like, not like month by month, right? And I don't know if you saw, but PBD actually put out a video last night, like,
I saw
kind
it.
of later. And he talked about his friend that when that happened during COVID, it dropped by 50%. He ended up losing like, $5 million, and then he pulled everything out of the market. And then within, a short amount of time, it all went right back up, and he would have made a ton more money, and it was too late. He had to buy back in at a higher price and lost the money. Right. And so there's no, like, I think a lot of the people that are, oh yeah, I know it, I got it figured out, you got to do this or you got to do that. It's like, you probably don't know shit. And the best way to do it is just like speculate where you can, do what you're comfortable with, and make sure you're trying to stay as much of on top of it. And if you don't want to do that, then just don't be involved, because then you're just going to lose money anyways.
I saw a post the other day that said 36,000 people have died from the COVID shot in the United States. I think the number is significantly higher, but And the comments were like, "Hey, this is bullshit. This is bullshit." So I fact checked it. I looked it up, and it said, "Yeah, it's absolutely false. It's only 8,600." I'm like, "Oh, I feel better."
Yeah. It's like, yeah, exactly. What did Daniel say? But if Biden did this and it tanked the stock market, you'd be depressed. The market didn't implode today. Goddamn Trump, how'd he do it? No, wait, I missed the comment moved up. Dark Sevi mode with sunglasses. I think the deal
Where
with
is this? Wait, where's this comment?
Sorry, Daniel Garrity's comment here.
Oh.
But if Biden did this and tanked the stock market, you'd be ranting about it in dark Sevi mode with sunglasses. Here's
That's
the
not
thing,
true at all. That's not true. That's not true at all. That's not. Go ahead.
Tell them why though. Go ahead. I'll listen.
No, you go ahead. You go ahead.
I was gonna say the main reason is because we didn't know what the fuck was going on with Biden. We had no information, none whatsoever, right?
And you know that's true, Daniel. We know exactly what's going on right now. Yeah, we had no information. We were fucking flying blind with a 21-year-old girl with a nose ring and blue hair running the country.
Had no idea, and there was no press conferences. There was no discussion about it. And on top of that, Biden's never made a deal to save his fucking life, dude. And Donald Trump, whole entire he's mastered the real estate industry. He mastered the TV industry and the Hollywood industry. Now he's overdoing it at a political level. So he's won at the highest levels in multiple different industries that have to do with deal making. So this guy knows how to do it. When you had business people that come out from before and just say, like, I've never seen anybody sell like Trump does. I've never seen anybody craft a deal like he does. Like, you have to believe that there's a certain strategy that's behind that. And with that strategy, that's why the narrative on this is different than if it had been Biden, who was fucking whatever day at Bernie's or whatever that thing is, where he was just dead the whole time. And we had no idea who was running the country. So for me, that's the differentiator between this and that.
And the greatest transfer of wealth in the history of planet Earth was during COVID. And don't fucking forget that. It was trillions. And more billionaires were made during COVID than any other fucking time in world history. Clock, no market tank, Daniel. The S&P 500 closed 0.2%. The Dow Jones average dropped 0.9%. NASDAQ closed up 1%. Stop with the nonsense.
And the other thing too is, you remember when the market was bad when Biden came in, all they did was try to redefine what recession was, to try to fluff that story and spin it a different way. You remember that?
Yes.
When they were like, a recession is X amount of quarters with like a down market, that's like the definition of recession. And they were like, that's where it would hit. And no, we're not really calling this a recession. It was like, okay, so then you change the definition, right?
Yeah, that's the same way they changed the diagnosis for COVID from you had a CPR test and you were positive to all of a sudden it was like, no, you need to be coughing, you need to be showing symptoms for at least 7 days. And it's just
moving the
crazy.
goalpost. Yeah.
Eric Sevi watched the games 2024 behind the scenes today. Brilliant work by all the team. Great job capturing all the emotion from the week. Thanks. That was I thought my worst behind the scenes I filmed. Rios did an amazing job putting it together. I want to say this for all of you that are CEO members, they get to see that we are using all of that fucking money to and putting it towards the capturing and the streaming of Syndicate and the NorCal regionals. Oh, there's a community event at NorCal. Do we have a QR code for that?
No, and you're talking about Syndicate, and we have a QR code for that.
Oh yeah, sorry. There's a community event at Syndicate. If you want to partake in this, which you do, it's gonna be the best part of the event. Make sure you sign up now. God, I gotta pee so bad I can't even do this bit.
You want me to do it?
No. Do you see it? Do you see the QR code? Oh, there's
It's
the
up.
QR code up there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there it is in the upper left-hand corner. Head on over there, click, use your phone, go to the QR code, and sign up. The stock market rose 50% during Biden's years. Great. Thank you for that.
Biden years are just over the time.
And who got that money, Daniel?
It's gone now.
Yeah, all sorts of, and special Syndicate edition Kill Taylor shirt coming soon. All sorts of amazing shit with Kill Taylor. All right, see you guys tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Sorry, gotta pee. That Topo Chico went right through me. Souza, thanks for coming on. I'll do the Dave Castro weekend review tomorrow too. Love you guys. Bye-bye.